Guys, I'm obsessed with Malawian food, like
Really?
local food.
Yeah.
So my thing is, if you were to ask me, I am a huge fan of nsima.
Yeah.
Like everybody knows this, and they find it weird. They actually find it very weird that I really love nsima.
Yeah. How do you balance being intentional and being trendy? Hi everyone, welcome to The Takeaway by 7 Arts, where we discuss different takes from lifestyle to entertainment with Malawi's top thought leaders. Today we're here with Tiwi, one of Malawi's top creators, and we're just going to get her takes on the creative industry. Okay, hey Tiwi, hi.
Hi.
How are you doing?
Great. How are you?
Good. So today's conversation is going to be about the creative industry. We want to get your experience, and we also want to get to know you a little bit better. So can you tell us a little bit about your journey from corporate work to creative work?
So, so I wouldn't call it a proper transition between corporate to creative.
Mm-hmm.
Even the time I was in corporate, I was also still doing creative work.
Yes.
It's just that I'm taking it a bit more seriously now. I guess that's the difference.
Yes.
So for me to even get into the creative space, I think that's just always been in my head.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how to explain it, but I think it also helped me when I started I think it was like my second job.
Yeah.
As a communications manager at Standard Bank.
Yeah.
So I remember even with the interviews, the lady there was like, "You have a creative brain."
Oh,
I didn't know what she meant.
Wow.
I don't know with the interviews. It was a very strange interview, but she was like, "I like how you think."
Uh-huh.
And I was just like, okay.
Yeah.
For me, I was just like, maybe I'm a rebel. Maybe my brain thinks like a rebel, which is what I did the interviews.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't thinking corporate.
Yeah.
And she loved that I wasn't thinking corporate.
Nice.
So she was like, that's different.
That's good.
So working there helped me put everything in a corporate space.
Mm-hmm.
But I've always been a rebel in my head.
You've always been creative.
So it just gave me a platform to start doing it. And now I have more time for it. Corporate world, you know how it is.
Yes.
There was no time to do it
Exactly.
fully, but I love where I'm at.
Yeah.
Because it allows me to fully deep dive into being a creative.
And for those who don't know, like where you're at is Wigplug.
Yes.
Can you tell us about all things Wigplug?
Yes.
Tell us about the business.
So I've always had Wigplug.
Mm-hmm.
So basically what I do is sell hair. I started that in like 2017. But right now, so I have two businesses. It's the Wigplug, where it's mainly about selling wigs. Mm-hmm. And then I have Tiwi's Beauty Studio, which is my new baby right now.
Nice.
I've opened up a wig salon. So I sell hair and I do installations and fix up hair. So that's my baby right now. That's my new project.
So you're a creative, but you're also an entrepreneur.
Exactly.
And do you find that running the businesses plus also creating gives you some type of flexibility?
It really does.
Yeah?
It really does, yeah. Because I think my business was suffering, my creative side was suffering the time I was in corporate.
Yeah.
Because of the working hours.
Yeah.
Then for me, it was like, okay, let me do something that I actually like.
Yeah.
It helps that it's making me money right now.
We thank God.
We thank God.
Change.
Because, it's really hard in Malawi. I'll be honest. It is...
I call it the Hunger Games.
The Hunger
Games. It feels like the Hunger Games. We're all out here just trying to survive.
But I'm glad we're graduating.
Yes.
I'm glad we're graduating.
Yeah.
So, right now, doing the business and doing the creative space, right now, these two are working very well right now.
That's nice.
Yes.
I'm
that's how I'm
happy
able to find myself here today.
Nice. We love that. We love that for you and for us.
Yes.
Okay, so hot take, right?
Okay.
This is mine.
Okay.
Corporate structure requires more vulnerability than entrepreneurship and creative economy. What are your thoughts?
Fair enough.
Yeah. What do you think? What's your take?
So my take is, in the creative space, depending on which creative space you're in, I love it because, like you said, you really show up how you want to show up.
Yeah.
some people are not being very authentic, but the point is the camera is there. You show people exactly what you want to show them.
Yes.
I encourage everybody, please be authentic.
Be authentic.
Please. Because it's very hard to sustain it. It's very, very hard if you're faking it.
Yeah.
Because at some point, everybody will catch up and see that you're being fake.
Yes.
Whereas corporate is very political.
Mm-hmm.
Let's be honest, everybody's trying to show the bosses exactly what they want you to be. I feel like a lot of people are losing themselves in the corporate space. Because guys, it's nice and all to make the money in corporate and whatever, but I feel like a lot of people are not themselves in the corporate space. Unfortunately, that's the way to make it there. I just hope it changes at some point. I feel like a lot of people are not authentic when it comes to the corporate world. Yeah.
Because now you have the standard and people that you're trying to
please. So you could find a boss that likes the chit-chatty type of person.
And now you have
and then you have to find yourself being that person that talks to everybody.
Yeah.
And for you, it's like, I'm very uncomfortable in this space. But because I've actually told some of my friends to like, not change themselves, but you need to adapt to where you are. Sometimes it might be for growth. Sometimes it might just be you and losing yourself. So there has to be that balance in the corporate world.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
I love that. I love that take.
Yeah.
Vulnerability is something that's so hard to navigate. How much do I share? How much how do I show up? How do I do this? How do I do that?
Exactly.
What are your tips for breaking into the digital space when it seems that it's already a little oversaturated? And can you contextualize that to Malawi?
So with Malawi, I feel like there's a lot of creatives, but not enough. I don't know if that makes sense. Because if you compare to the bigger countries out there, guys, there's too many creatives.
Too many.
But in that big space, we're still able to notice some people despite them being in a huge country. So you can imagine with Malawi, I feel like there's a lot of room for people to stand out. Because I think when I was starting out, there was really not a lot of people doing influencer marketing or whatever. So for me, it started out as fun. Because I remember some of the influencers I would follow, they would be like, okay, you know what? If you really want to enjoy this, do it for fun.
For fun.
Don't think money.
Yeah.
That's where most people get it wrong. And that's how you end up finding it being a chore.
Yeah.
So for me, it was like, okay, let's start it out. I remember I did everything. I did TikTok. I did YouTube. I did Instagram. I was like, you know what? Let's just explore.
Yeah.
And I'll just post whatever I want to post.
Yeah.
I remember one of my friends every time would be like, it's your page, isn't it? Yeah. Post whatever you want to post.
Exactly.
It's your page. They have no control over it.
Yeah.
So I started doing that. We make our mistakes. We post random things. We look funny, whatever. And then at some point, it just started to click. Where it was like, but I want to show up a certain way. And I also noticed that with Malawi, there's a lot of room for you to be a big name there.
Okay, yes.
So for me, it was like, okay, let me start now. By the time Malawi catches up with the world, I want to be there.
Yes.
Right?
That's very
So with that time, it was just, let me just keep posting. Keep posting. I'll do things for free. I'll do them for fun.
Yeah.
And then when we grow, they'll find you. So that's the beauty about doing things the right way. People will find you if you're doing it consistently and just for yourself.
Nice. Love that.
Yes.
Okay. Fun first. That's my takeaway.
Fun first.
Okay. All right. So you mentioned the platforms you started existing on.
Yes.
What is your take on the different platforms? Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. Do you have a different personality for each platform? What's your take on that?
So I wouldn't say you have a different personality for it, but I would say you show different sides of yourself.
Okay.
So one of the things I've noticed is you need to really understand the different platforms and what you're looking for on those platforms. I'll ask you this. Are you on TikTok?
I am.
Okay. When you go to TikTok, what are you expecting to find? What do you usually look for?
I want to see how people are living lives.
Yeah?
Yeah.
For me, TikTok, I look for fun.
Okay.
right? I go to Instagram for more lifestyle.
Okay.
I go to TikTok for fun videos and whatever. And then Facebook, I'm not sure. There's a mix of everything. Yeah, with Facebook, I feel like you find everything.
Yeah.
But for me, that's how I looked at them. So with Instagram, I was like, you know what? I'm going to show more lifestyle content because that's what I usually saw. When it came to TikTok, I was like, okay, here I feel like let's just let loose. Let's have fun with it, whether I do something dumb or stupid, because with Instagram, I'm building a certain type of brand. With TikTok, yes, it's a brand, but I'm also trying to show them that I'm a human being. Right? That's the issue with brand. You can, I don't know, you have control over how you brand yourself. And then with TikTok, for me, I just think it's more of you letting loose. Coming to YouTube, I feel like a lot of people go to YouTube to learn. Yeah. So with YouTube, I'm thinking education. So what am I teaching them? How to create content, how to do makeup, how to, because that's what you usually do with YouTube. So it's very important to understand what you normally look for in those platforms and then put yourself in that space.
Love that.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So we're going into a rapid fire round. So we're just going to ask some random questions and see what our takes are. What is your take on Malawian food?
Malawian food. Guys, I'm obsessed with Malawian food. Like local food.
Yeah.
So my thing is, if you were to ask me, I am a huge fan of Nsima. Yeah. Like everybody knows this and they find it weird. They actually find it very weird that I really love Nsima. Yeah. In our house, okay, not our house. All right, I moved out of my parents' house. Okay, in my parents' house, before I moved in with my husband, so it was just me and my mother who always cooked Nsima by ourselves. My father, my brother, my sister, they love rice for some reason, but it's just always me and her loving Nsima. Yeah. And that's also happening in our house right now. I remember there was one day I bought ufa. Because I had a huge craving. I remember my husband was like, why are you buying that? Like for him, it didn't make sense. I don't know why. He loves it maybe like twice a month. I can do it every day. Wow. I really can. Wow. And sometimes I just make it by myself. Wow. So a good combo. Nsima, yoera. Local chicken. Oh, facts. Finish me. Hands down. They finished me. Hands down. Which vegetable? Odendera. I love masamba odendera. I hear you. This combination, I don't know. It just feels like home. Yes, it's definitely. I'm not gonna have it every day, but especially when you just miss it. Yeah. Hi. Listen, logo chicken is the truth because I used to be a vegetarian at some point, and I swear logo chicken is the culprit. It is the one that did it. It's the one that did it. Oh no! Oh, vegetarian? What? No, logo chicken did it. And then when you make logo chicken with just the right amount of salt, where I don't have to add it. Yeah. You've finished me. You have finished me. So I'm a fan of local. I'm a fan of local food. I think we're definitely validating Vinjeri right now. We are definitely validating his feelings. Okay, second rapid fire. Is content creation sustainable? If you asked me 4 years ago, I didn't think so. Yeah. Right now, I believe it is quite sustainable. Yeah. Like I'm even thinking like maybe I can even do this full time. Of course. Because I don't know. Like I said, because you position yourself in a certain way. Yeah. I'm getting more and more deals. Yes. And I feel like Malawi is growing and I really appreciate that. And I feel like there are more young people also opening up to the creative space. Look at you guys. You have a studio, right? You have all these things going on for you. 5 years ago, that wasn't going to happen. Being a photographer, being an influencer, it just felt like, are you serious? Yeah. Because it felt like you just have to be in the corporate space. I agree. And I think it's also the avenue. It is sustainable depending on the avenue that you choose. Yes. Because positioning is everything. Positioning is everything, and you have to be consistent, and you have to keep doing it. Yeah. Yes. Hot take, last one. How do you balance being intentional and being trendy? Okay, this is how you balance. I think for me, when it comes to content, you always have to ask yourself, why am I making this content? Now, if it's about you just creating awareness, I would say go trendy. Because at that point, you just want people to know. It's not about what you're really saying. It's more about, I want it to be seen. So you focus on it being trendy. When it's about you being intentional, there's an action to it. You want them to do something. So with that one, you need to focus on the result to say, if I speak, people will listen. And if they listen, they'll end up doing an action. So for me, I think the first thing you need to ask yourself is, what am I trying to do? Then you can position it to say it should be under trendy or it should be under intentional. Don't make everything trendy. Otherwise, then you will lose the plot. You will lose everybody because it's just like, okay, it was trendy, but I didn't really get any information from it.
Yeah.
I think that's how I'd explain it. I don't think so. I really don't think so. I feel like reinvention it's more than a wig, guys. It's more than a wig. If you want to include wigging, sure, go ahead.
Wig plug.
But I feel, yes, a wig plug. Shout out to wig plug, please. If you want to reinvent yourself, you can come to my business. But I think reinvention is different for different people. I feel like it's very different for different people. So, question is, how are you trying to reinvent yourself? Right? Look at me, I'm not wearing a wig. There's a hairpiece, yeah. But, hey, wow, it looks very different for a lot of people. It really looks different for a lot of people. I feel like, let's say I'm trying to reinvent myself into becoming a baddie, right? Even if you ask ChatGPT, I've actually done it before, funny enough. You can even do it right now. Search ChatGPT and search for how to become a baddie. Funny enough, wigs are there. Eh?
Facts.
Outfits are there, wigs are there, the outfits are there. So for a baddie, yes, sweetie, you're going to have to include wigs. If I'm trying to reinvent myself into a corporate baddie, wigs might be there, but it might just be a bit different from baddie.
But also, I think in reinventing yourself, your aesthetic is a huge part of it. Because people are, superficial in the sense that what they see is how they form a concept of who you are. So it's coming from an aesthetics background. Like, yes, focus. If you need a wig, get a wig. Get the type of wig that speaks to the personality and the character you're trying to invent yourself into. So it doesn't always have to be a 26-inch bust there.
It does.
But it could be.
But it could help.
Yeah, exactly. Wigs help.
Yeah.
One skill that you would want every creative to have, or you think every creative should have?
Personal branding.
Okay.
Personal branding. I think people should take time to really know how they want to show up and stick to it. So everything you say, everything you wear, any activity you do speaks towards that brand. So same thing, even with me, when I'm accepting gigs, I don't accept everything because there's certain gigs that just don't speak to my brand. And it's not what I'm trying to portray myself, and it just doesn't work for me. So I feel like everyone should focus on personal branding and stick to it. Yes.
Very nice.
Yes, I actually like that question, because the other thing that we get wrong is just being on social media for the sake of being on social media. I feel like it's very important to build a community, right? So you build a community by showing people that you're like them. You're just a normal girl. So when it comes to content, I try to mix daily life, just being me, and me being influencer. So I could do ads, I could do, basically advertising and whatever. But I feel like it's very important for people to know a piece of you. That way they relate. And because people are relating to the person that you are, you end up building a community. Yes.
And then how do you handle negative criticism?
How do I handle negative criticism? I handle negative criticism. Okay, have you ever heard this saying that says, okay, maybe the words are wrong, but the only way to know you're doing something right is if people are hating.
Yep.
I had to like switch my brain to say, oh, even when people say there's no such thing as bad publicity,
Yeah.
the fact that they are watching your content, whether they hate or say something good, they're still watching.
Yeah.
So those views still pay me at the end of the day.
Pretty much.
But I try to look at it as I'm doing something right. That's the best way. I'll see it, but I'll just be like, okay,
you're doing
thanks.
something great.
But my community still supports me, which has put me through some of the best times, actually, because of the community that you build.
Yeah. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is her hot take. All right, thank you for watching.
Shout out to the community. Thank you guys for really supporting me through this journey. I hope we'll get more people, but thank you so much. You guys are making this journey really fun and interesting. So thank you to everyone supporting. Yes.
All the best, Tiwi. You're doing amazing. You're doing great, honestly.